Dennis, you have a rich background in the technology community that certainly leads toward the consulting that you're doing now. It might be helpful to just give brief background about your involvement and maybe start out quickly with the notion of this original Atlanta Computer Society or Atlanta Computer Club here. Can you just give us a quick couple sentences on that?
When was it? Probably in 75 or 76. It was called the Atlanta Area Microcomputer Hobbyist Club.
Atlanta Area Microcomputer Hobbyist Club.
Right.
Obviously, a marketer wasn't coming up with that name, but
Well, it was a bunch of individuals who were interested in learning about computers. At the time, I worked as a computer professional, so I was kind of just curious what was going on when I got invited to come to a meeting. And I discovered the whole hobbyist segment of the market there that was really the early stages of what became the personal computer business. At that time, it was microcomputers. Pretty quickly, the Apple II, the Apple II became real popular with that group. But there were also the kits like the Heath kit, the Altair as a kit, the MSI as a kit.
and these were all kits basically to build small computers at the time, right?
Exactly. As a matter of fact, the first product that Hayes sold was sold as a circuit board, so you could go to Hamilton Avnet or Arrow and pick up the parts and solder it and build it yourself.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Dennis, tell us a little bit about the founding of Hayes Microcomputer Products and how you created the company. What was the genesis of the idea?
Well, I had been working at National Data Corporation, and I ended up working in their tech control center where they had all the modems that went out to the different data centers. And that gave me the experience of recognizing how technically complicated it was to maintain and use modems in 75, 76, 77. When at the same time I had a prior experience working with financial data sciences in Orlando, Florida, where we had used a microprocessor to construct a control circuit for a teller machine that was used in savings and loans, to date it way back in ancient times. Well, savings and loans don't really exist anymore. But that first microprocessor saved money, made the system perform better, and so I knew that was something that we could do a lot of different things with. The first modem we did plugged into the S100 bus and used a number of standard parts, so it wasn't all that innovative. But when we asked the question, how do we bring that same functionality to any of the other computers that were not an S100 bus? We had to find a standard interface, chose the RS-232 25-pin connector, and had to find a way to control it to get the same kind of control we had as when we plugged a circuit board into the backplane. Well, that was the synthesis of the Hayes standard AT command set. And that standard AT command set allowed the computer or a dumb terminal to talk to the modem. The modem had logic in it to figure out the character format, so it always responded with the right number of bits and the right parity, so users didn't have to worry about that. And it allowed either the user or the software to put in various AT commands, not only to dial the phone, which most people who used it remember, but also other commands to change all sorts of settings in the modem that you might want to occasionally change. We normally configured it for a typical usage, but it gave you that flexibility. That standard went on to be copied by all of our competition. We became the market leader. Our competition advertised being Hayes compatible, and eventually the International Telecommunications Union, which had previously been known as the CCITT, took that and made it into an international standard.